Yo, what up? It's the Cosmic here. Today I'm coming at y'all with a case study over in Novio. I'm going to have all of the timestamps down in the description so y'all can jump to whatever part that you want, and I will see y'all soon. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Also, hit that little bell and hit all to get all of our video updates. Are you tired of getting in hot moving stocks late? Does your current breaking news software break your bank? Getting fed up with poor software performance? Well, ditch what you have now for Benzinga Pro, the fastest and most reliable breaking news source on the web. With a fully customizable workstation and on time push notifications to your desktop, you will never be late again catching that hot stock. Benzinga Pro beats its competitions hands down in both performance and customer support. Click on the link in the description and use code MADAZ25 for 25% off Benzinga Pro for life. Want to test it out before you buy? No worries. You can try Benzinga Pro 2 weeks free with no obligations. No credit card information needed, just an email address and your phone number. Sign up today and make more money. Alrighty, fam. So today we're going over Inovio Pharmaceuticals, ticker INO. Who are they? They are a United States-based biotech company that develops DNA-based immunotherapies and vaccines to treat and prevent cancers and infectious diseases. So what they're really big and known for right now is doing COVID-19 right here. So this is their website, inovio.com. I would just give it a search, do your DD to see who they are, what they're doing, and all that fun stuff. For now, right now, we are going to do a dive into the chart and see what it's been telling us. Let's go ahead and click on the 1 year chart. You see that it hasn't really done a whole lot of stuff. It really started to take off, started to perk up around January whenever it announced that I'll start to do COVID-19 uh, vaccines. And then the in March is whenever it really started to run. It took off from the low mid fours, low fives, and it hit almost $20. A little bit over $20 before it broke all the way back down here to five, and it set that as a nice little support range. And then you can see right here our MACD was showing good, solid, uptrending and didn't, actually crack until it actually cracked. While our RSI shows that it was extremely overbought and then it just decided to crack. But there's a reason to that, and we'll get into the news here in a second. Then it kind of just had a whole lot of sideways action. Nice little run from the six to the nines for over a couple of days here at the end of March, and then going into April, mid-April, they had a nice run from the 650s all the way up to the 17s, and then they came back down to the nines, setting that former high as a nice support level, and then it comes up to retest that high right here. So this got 1, 2, 3 tops testing at this 17 level, and it just got shut down again, coming back, just kind of consolidating, coiling here until it finally just blew up. It blew past that, $17 range, and 18 would have been my entry, honestly, if I saw this and kept going. Ideally, it would have been 20. You wanted to see a solid breakout above 20, and you saw that it broke out, and then the next day it came and it retested 20. So it is a long run right now. Last time it usually does run for a while. Um, it's starting to get into the oversold range, but your MACD is just completely pulled away from its signal. So we'll see what happens. Uh, I don't like chasing stocks, but this stock has some great news. And actually, let's go ahead and get into that. So let's start. We're down here in March. You want to go ahead and pull down to March 3rd. So on March 3rd, they released an accelerated timeline for the their COVID vaccine, and that was actually pretty good. So that started their run, and then you start to see people take put higher targets. HC Rainwright putting at $13, and then you get this global market for cancer therapies. They listed a whole lot of tickers here, but they're saying that it could exceed $220 billion by 2025. Essentially saying that these companies are going to be big companies. On the 9th, that's whenever they had that big drop off. They had an offering, and you'll see the offering up here. Just for time's sake, I'm going to read off the news that I have listed, and we'll go over here back into here so I can give you a nice time of reference. So on the 9th, they dropped their offering, and then on the 10th is whenever lawsuits were coming in because people losing huge amounts of money. So they started lawyers started, trying to file lawsuits. Then on the 12th is whenever I really say that the run ended. They did receive a good amount of grants. They got some backing from the Bill Gates Foundation for finding a coronavirus cure vaccine, but their actual fourth quarter results were bad. And then on the 13th, they dropped another offering. Then on the 24th, you come down here. This is kind of what kicked off this little perk up. The 24th, they won a 11.9 on Ology Biosciences wins 11.9 million Department of Defense grants to work with Inovio to manufacture Inovio's coronavirus vaccine. So they got a nice, good contract win with the government, and then on the 26th, they actually announced some positive phase 2 results and one of their HPV associated vaccines. So on April 13th is whenever the next run really started. Like, this is whenever it was still in a downtrend, but this is whenever it started to really reverse. You get another analyst price target, putting it at $13. And then on the 13th, and the 16th, Inovio reports Vaccine Institute Coalition for Epidemic Preparedness Innovation granted $6.9 million funding to company to work for phase 1/2 trial of the company's COVID candidate in South Korea. So contract winner. And then on the 23rd, the CEO says that it's possible for the coronavirus vaccine to be ready in 12 to 18 months. So you just get more push into this. And then Bill Gates is saying that it's quite possible to happen, and they're a backer of INO. He's a backer of INO. And then one thing that I saw here that was interesting, and let's see if I can actually get it pulled up here in Benzinga. And it is an options call, and an options call on the 27th. And this is how come you want to pay attention to options. This person right here put a $30 call on August 27th. They're in the money, and they're making money right now. Even though it's gapped down a little bit, they're making money. So it's important to pay attention to options calls. On the 28th is when the run really started to end. Like, really just show that it's not going to keep going. And that's whenever they still release some clinical data showing that their vaccine demonstrates a 100% binding and 92% neutralizing antibody response for the COVID virus. And then on the 30th, they expand their manufacturing with new funding from CEPI. So even though they're still getting good news, their stock's kind of dropping, which is, natural to happen. And in May, on the 11th, is whenever their next run up really started to take hold. Their first quarter results, fiscal financial results, were posted, which were actually pretty good. You get more analysts on the 12th, more analysts upgrading it from $12 to $18 per share. And then on the 14th, the Novio reports in combo with Libido showed 85% of new diagnosed glioblastima patients lived 12 months following treatment, with high data at ASCO. With highlight data at ASCO. So they announced in ASCO good news on some more of their pharmaceutical drugs. So you get this nice little, helps it out staying up. And then on June is whenever the real stuff started to happen. So June 4th, they actually announced a partner in their South Korea COVID testing, where they're trying to make their cure at. A partnership with Seoul National University Hospital to start phase 1/2 clinical trials for their COVID vaccine. But on the 23rd, and the reason for this huge spike was they received a $71 million contract from the U.S. Department of Defense to scale up and their COVID vaccine production, which is huge for any company. Even though if we want to come back and we look at their key data, they have a market cap of $1.9 billion. That's still a lot of money. It's a medium float stocks, and this stock will be probably rotated a lot as this news keeps happening. It might be a halt fest today. They do have a shelf offering. They dropped earlier this year. I'm sorry, I had the date, but I kind of lost it. You'd have to just kind of go through and actually find it for yourself. But that means that they could drop an offering at any time, but they're not in need of money. If you go down to their financials, you see their total equity over the last year or last quarter is just huge. So they're not in need of money. They don't have a whole lot of debt. They're pretty safe. So this is a good play for me to look at as almost an investment, taking and holding for a while. But that's just me. I'm not a professional financial advisor, so trade at your own risk. And if y'all have any other questions for me about Inovio or anything that I missed, leave a comment down below. Thank you so much, fam. Y'all have a good one. Peace.